AI in video games is a lot more than a monster just walking up to the player and attacking it. And in this course, you're going to learn what the difference is. And we're going to actually build a smart monster. Enemies that will not only idle, they'll also walk around aimlessly. Once you're in range, they'll chase you, attack you, back away, they'll circle you. We'll go over 8 different behaviors in one clean system. First, you'll learn what a state machine is. It's a simple way to organize enemy behaviors so your code stays clean. You'll map out all 8 different states in a diagram and see how they connect. Next, you set up your Godot project. You'll build the enemy scene, the body, the collision shapes, the 3D model, stuff like that. By the end of this chapter, your enemy is going to be standing in the world ready to have a brain. Now, you write the 2 scripts that make everything work. A base state class that every behavior will build on, and a controller that will switch between them. States don't need to know about each other. You can add 2 or 20, it all works the same. In phase 2, the enemy is going to start in idle. It stands still, waits for a bit, then picks up what to do next. Sometimes it might wander off, and sometimes it might just stay put. This is where decisions start to actually get implemented into the AI. Now, the enemy walks around on its own in the wander state. It picks up a random spot nearby and heads there. But it never goes too far from home. It turns smoothly, and when it arrives, it goes back to idle. Now here's when things get a bit more fun. When the player gets close enough, the enemy spots them and chases. You control the detection range. The enemy faces the player while running and slows down so it doesn't overshoot. Now in phase 3, that's where we'll actually start implementing the combat. The enemy picks an attack animation and swings. It stays locked in place so it doesn't slide around while attacking. The hit lands at exactly the right moment in the animation. After the attack, it backs away or circles, basically picking between different states. So after attacking, the enemy steps away to make more space. Then it decides. Circle around you, chase again, or attack. There's different decisions the AI can make. The circle state walks around the player, looking for an opening. This way, the fight feels real, not just us standing and trading hits. If you charge straight at the enemy, it'll notice. It tracks how fast you're closing in, and if you're rushing in, it'll attack immediately. You can adjust how sensitive this is to control difficulty as well. Enemies will feel aware, and that way they're not just waiting for you. When you hit the enemy, it staggers and gets pushed back in the right direction. Different hit animations play so it doesn't look like the same every time. We'll also have a combo counter track how many times the monster got hit in a row. The longer the combo, the harder the knockback. Now in the final phase, this is where you'll wire up the full damage system. Your attacks will connect to the enemy's health and trigger the right state. When the health hits 0, then obviously we don't want to get hit anymore, we want to die. So that's where the monster will die, spawn effects, drop loot, whatever it needs. Now we want to make it feel good. Fix physics bugs that pushes enemies around, add sparks and particles when you land a hit, turn on debug labels, etc. Now, the best part about this is that adding new behaviors is just adding a new script. No old code changes. This is where you get to get creative and add your own states. All you need to do is extend off of what we already built.